What's good, Crypto family? Welcome back to another video. For those who don't know me, my name is Stephen Obi. I am a content creator based in Johannesburg, South Africa. So for tonight's video, I just thought about doing something really different. Kind of like a story time. I get to interact with you, tell you basically about my photography journey, how I started, and we're also gonna look past some of my old photos, so you can see the growth, over the years that I've been, shooting, or cameraman, like these disrespectful people call it. So let's go. All right, cool. So I think, in order to start this story time, it's best to kind of like, go back in time. You know what I'm saying? So I started photography over 9 years now. It's been plus minus 9 years. And, back then it was never a situation where I felt like, I would actually reach, the points or the heights that I've actually been able to reach, or I've been blessed to be able to reach. Back then it was just more of a entertainment type thing. I just love the feeling of just freezing time. And at home, my dad had this little point and shoot camera. Just a little small thing. What I'd do is I'd take that camera, I'd go outside, I'd shoot my dogs, I'd shoot water taps falling. I would shoot just anything that I could see, anything to me that, resonated or just felt artistic. When I look back at those photos, I'm like, these are garbage. These are utter garbage, but you couldn't tell me anything back then because the passion was just so raw. The passion was just, I don't know, it was just waiting to bust out. You know what I'm saying? So I grabbed that little camera, I went upstairs, we used to live in Centurion. I went upstairs, I did a young photo shoot of my dad, and I was like, Dad, listen, I genuinely have a passion for this. And I would love, I would really love, to pursue it. Would you invest? Now, this is little me. I'm like, would you invest in my business? I sent him back the photos that I took of him, and he actually really enjoyed it. He was like, dude, you're pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So the next day we went to Macro, bought the D3100. That was the camera that I used for the longest time. Like, no cap. I have been using the D3100 for the longest time, Got that camera. So what me and my friends used to do, actually, I don't call them my friends. I call them my brothers. They're my brothers. Rindani and Priyan. We had this group. We called ourselves the RSP. Well, not the RSP. RSP. Basically, what we did was we'd go to every party and we'd shoot. Nobody asked us to shoot. Nobody said, yo, listen, guys, please come through and do a photo shoot for us. But we just had this drive that no one could, no one could stop us. Like, to us, we were the best. You know what I'm saying? So whenever we had like Valentine's Ball, whenever we had athletic meetings, whenever we had basketball games, we'd be shooting. And what really, sparked that joy in me was just seeing the reaction from people's, faces. Like, people like, dog, this is dope. Like, this is so sick. Like, how do you do this? How do you edit like this? We'd go to homecoming and cover the damn entire event. Like, we'd cover the entire event. I don't even think the owners knew us, if I'm being 100. I don't think the owners even knew we're doing it. But for us, it was love, man. Like, it was genuine love. And back then, it was never a situation like how it is now where, Lightroom and your Photoshops has made it, more accessible, and your Viscos and all these photo apps that you get on your phones have obviously become so advanced that, anyone can like spark their creativity with ease. Back then it wasn't the easiest thing. And when you wanted to do it, it was based on, you'd find whatever you can to kind of portray or just, just give out that image, the best quality image that you possibly can. Back then I was using this app called, what app was I using? I was using this app called Photoscape. It wasn't Photoshop, that's for sure. It wasn't Photoshop, it was Photoscape. It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. I used to make people look green, I used to make people look purple. But like I said earlier, for me, it was, yes, my damn phone. My phone is just the one, guys. I have dropped this phone so many times. Alright, back to the story. So I used to make people look, purple, orange, green. It doesn't matter. Because then there was no, there was no need, to do the most. I didn't know what the perfect shot was. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward a couple of years, that photography drive kind of like started to deteriorate. Like it was going down a downward spiral, and the love that I used to have just kind of slowly faded away when I started to feel like I really wasn't going anywhere. I felt like my photography wasn't good enough, because that's when the time where people started, there was an influx of photography now coming out. Everyone was doing the most, and for me, I still had the D3100. I was just like, man, is this really for me? Like, is this, Steven, do you see yourself doing this for a while? So I think 2017 was the first year that I went to NW Booker, the university in which I graduated from. And it was at NW Booker where I found, my girlfriend, the half of this SNCN Scriptor family, you know what I mean? And she was the one who actually told me, like, dude, why don't you take this seriously? Like, you never know how far you could go or how far you could take it. And, what she also said was, if you take yourself seriously, people will take you seriously. And that kind of resonated with me. That made me feel like, yo, do you know what do I have to lose? Now mind you, I haven't picked up the D3100 for a long time now. It's been down. I've been down and out. I've been feeling, self-pity, we can call it. I felt like, do you know what, cool, I'm not going anywhere with this. So when I arrived with the camera to NW Booker, and she had told me, dude, take yourself seriously, like, just give it a go. That's when I started, had this mate of mine, Schoolboy. What we do is we'd shoot people, and we charge $100. 100 rand was how much I was charging, guys. And when I tell people this, they don't believe me. They're like, dude, who in the right mind charges $100? 100 rand, sorry. You know what I'm saying? Who in the right mind charges 100 rand? And what we do is smart as. I take 50, Schoolboy will take 50 because he was like my assistant, and we'll call it a day, But when I started seeing things actually turn around for me was when I started actually working with more, model caliber people, So the very first girl that I shot at NW Booker, and we've actually built such a great ass relationship. Aura, first person. Met her at TMM Lofts, which was the res in which I was staying in first year, and we just clicked immediately. We started creating content ever since. She's helped me out, and I always tell her this. She was the one who put me on to so many people. She was the one who actually made people realize my stuff, and people started to pay attention. You know what I mean? So did a couple shoots of her. From her, then I met up with Ruma Manis, my homie too. From that, people were like, okay, dude, who's this Steven guy? Then people around Portrait Strip started being like, dude, hey, this guy's on the come up. Like, this guy, like, watch out. Like, he's coming. You know what I mean? Build, more, build my reputation a little bit more, And I think a year had gone by, and I told myself, dude, Steven, you've seen so much growth, using the D3100, of course. You've seen so much growth. You need to upgrade. If you want to take yourself to the next level, you have to upgrade. You have to, shoot in the full frame caliber. And mind you, the D3100, it's classified as a compact, beginner, entry level, DSLR. You know what I mean? Like a beginner body, and I wanted to upgrade into full frame shooting. Full frame shooting is for more of the professional, when, those guys who be like, yeah, I do this for a living type, vibes. So what my girlfriend and I would do is, Shanre and I would do is, every time we receive money every month from our parents, we'd literally put 50% of that amount towards saving for the camera. We did everything in our... When I think about it now, I'm just like, damn. To find a girl who's actually willing to go through that length with you, to suffer with you. Because there were times when we didn't have food. Like, I'm talking zero. We'd survive off like Fat Cake City. Like literally 2 rand fat cakes. Like, we'd eat that, for months, for months, trying to save for this camera. We upped the ante a little bit by running specials where we said 10 portraits for 100 rand. Just trying to, fund, this new camera of ours that we really wanted to go into, because we really wanted to take our work to the next level, or wanted to take this photography thing to the next level. You know what I mean? Managed to pull, a couple couple funds together, asked, my mom to kind of like, just give me something, just a little bit. Asked my older brother to do the same, he did. And before you knew it, we got the new camera. Like, that was the first time in my life where I felt like, damn, I truly worked my ass off for something. I worked my ass off for this. Like, I grinded. And mind you, I'm still studying at the time, So there were times where I had to miss class because I had to do, guys, if I tell you I had maybe 20 shoots in a day, literally 20 of those 100 rand for 10 portrait shoots every single day for a good week and a half. It's wild. So we managed to finally get the camera, went to Cameras in Rosebank, did the payments, swiped the card, the relief, even though I went broke straight after, but that relief of man, you did this by yourself. You actually did this by yourself. Well, not by myself, I always say, for you to be successful, you need to have a great ass team. And for me, that team is Sean, because we grinded together. So with that new body, things started turning around for us. Literally, slowly started turning around for us. We did, more shoots. We invested in more lenses. If I tell you guys that 360 from the entry-level camera to the full frame being the D800, it's crazy. It's crazy. Did a couple shoots around the area, still got my name out there. Now it was a situation where we were getting bookings in Joburg and in Potchefstroom. So some weekends we'd have to leave Porch, go to Joburg, turn around, come back straight there because I was still writing a test at 4. It was that intense. So highlights of the whole thing was when finally I got a call from the Smirnoff guys, and they were like, listen, we've seen the stuff that you've been doing and we want you to come shoot this event for us. And that was the first time where I felt like, wow, people are actually paying attention. You know what I'm saying? People are actually seeing what I am doing and are trying to, reach out to me or trying to book me for events that for me previously I thought was a dream. I thought I'd never get to that point, So basically this whole story just to show you that you can literally go from not having anything, like beginner level camera, work your ass off, literally sleepless nights, countless damn near peanut money shoots just to get to the level that I reached with the D800. And obviously now with time, as time went by, I've been able to reach more success, been able to upgrade to the new camera, obviously being the D700. I'm still gonna upgrade again, no lie, because now the D800 is getting old. Yeah, photography, equipment is expensive, but they die out really quick. Not the lenses, but the bodies die out really quick, and you need to obviously keep with what's trendy in the markets, So yeah, an upgrade is due soon, and I still shoot with Nikon. Nikon is still my thing, but yeah, guys. So what I want to do right now is I basically want to go through some of the old work that I used to do with my my D3100. So we're gonna scroll through my Instagram feed. It's a lot. Hope the reception is not bad, because Nuri is taking forever to load. Come on. Alright, cool. We in. I need to swipe all the way to the bottom. Now I'm gonna show you guys the shoots that I did with the D3100, and I'll also show you when I started shooting with the D800, just to kind of show you just that boost, in quality and feel, and just overall just butter. You know what I mean? Okay, we're gonna keep scrolling because I think my D800 shots started from the bottom. Okay, cool. So let's start from here. This was the shoot I did with homies of mine, Ivy League and Cine models, great ass models. And yeah, we wanted to do kind of a concept shoot. This is with a D800, mind you. Not D800, sorry, D3100 rather. This was with my D3100. Just trying to capture, just art, contemporary art, And we did the most, I don't even lie to you. Now we did the most. This is all with D3100. This was with a D3100, guys. A D3100. So obviously, as time progressed, I started feeling like, you know, cool, Steven, you need to get better. You need to add more things to your resume. You need to, you know, up the quality of the work. So when we first got the D800, this was the very first shoot I did with that camera. I shot my girlfriend, Sean. I didn't know how to use it because now, mind you, you come from a really small camera to this big beast, full frame goodness. You know what I mean? So to me, I didn't know none of those buttons, like zero, not at all. So what I did was I just, you know, edited in black and white because I didn't know what was happening. It was even underexposed, I think. You know, did a couple more shoots with the D800, and then I was like, okay, cool. I might be getting a hang of this. You know what I'm saying? I might just be getting a hang of this. That's what we started doing more of the bokeh, obviously shooting at a 1.8 aperture. Yeah, f-stop, sorry. So yeah, you know, open that little, you know, thing out, get the blurriness of the background, make it milky, make it silky, you know? So this was with the D800. This is when I started feeling like, yo, okay, dude, you onto something. When people started actually catching on to what we were doing, you know? So yeah, man. Now I wanted to show you, you know, fast forward now to our current situation. This is now the current work that we're at, and this is what I do with the D800 still, literally with the D800. I was honored to shoot at Cotton Fest. Shout out to Mini, shout out to Ricky Rick. And yeah, this was some of the shots that we took, you know, portraits. It was wild. It was wild. It was the dopest experience. I won't lie to you. But yeah, this is still the D800, guys. This is the D800. I mean, can you see the progress between the work? Can you see the huge jump? I started finding my identity. I started, you know, owning my style, you know, getting that little goldish tones coming through with my work. That's what I've always strived for. I've always strived to kind of like find my identity as a photographer, something that would distinguish me from the rest of the photographers out there through, I don't know, through distinct editing. Like, well, I want a situation where if someone sees a photo that I wasn't tagged on, they should be able to be like, yo, that's Steven's work. And that's what I try to achieve. I just thought I'd speak about my journey and how I started and how I've been able to work my way up to the level I'm at right now. If you love this video, please do like, subscribe, and leave a comment. But then I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. You already know the vibes.